What is up, YouTube? Commodore Stone coming back at you guys with another video, and today we're going to be talking about why you should consign. And my dog is in here with me. He was sleeping, but now he's walking around, so if you hear any dog noises, I apologize. But yeah, we're going to get into why you should consider consigning your shoes rather than using sites like eBay, going through PayPal, Kixify, that's what it was. I haven't really heard a lot about Kixify. I don't even know if it's like really still relevant a lot. I don't know if people still use that as much. I could be completely wrong. I just personally don't use it. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you why you should kind of avoid sites like those if possible. If not, that's fine too. But long story short, you can get scammed really easily through all of those groups. There are a lot of one, there's a lot of flakers. Two, there's people that'll scam you, and we've all at least been scammed at least once in the sneaker game. It happens to the best of us. Nobody's really above being scammed. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into why you should consign instead of using those websites that I mentioned. Number one, the store deals with all the problems. So with that being said, it means that the store that you consign with will have to deal with if the customer who's buying your shoes wants to like return it or has a complaint about it. You don't have to see any of that. Like, if your shoe is accepted through a consignment shop, that means it passed whatever test that they had set forth. Like, legit, it's a legit shoe. It also has passed any like condition test. They may say they won't take any shoes that are less than maybe like a 9 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10 condition, depending on what it is. Like, if it's a like Yeezy 2, then they may have a little leeway on it, like give a little wiggle room, unless they're like completely beat. But you won't have to deal with any of the BS per se that'll come with dealing with someone as far as using like a Facebook group. You have the chance of being flaked on, which is like annoying, especially like when the conversation goes on for a long time and they're going like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they like just bail at the last second. And you're like, you wasted like a lot of my time and not to buy the shoe. And that goes for sellers and buyers. Go ahead and get on to number two. Number two is you won't have to worry about people bidding and not paying. Using sites like eBay or LetGo, or, well, not really LetGo. To be honest with you, I shouldn't even say LetGo. I just have been seeing commercials. I don't even know if that's a bidding site. I think that's just like a buy now. So like, act like I never said LetGo. Just disregard that. But using sites like eBay or bidding sites, whatever, like eBay is the main number one and pretty much has like a monopoly on the game of reselling. But a lot of people bid on items and then it may get higher than they would have initially wanted. And so, like, say if you're bidding on a pair of Pirate Blacks 350s and the bid ends up, excuse that, my neighbor just let their dogs out, but they end up bidding, the bid ends up getting to like $800, and the condition and for them, maybe they're 7 out of 10, so they're not worth $800 even though they're a Pirate Black. So you don't think that you should have to pay that. There's a lot of different reasons why people may not pay. A lot of them, like, what most people don't understand is like it's binding. I understand like some things may come up. You may have your car may break down and you can't afford to send that money out. Maybe you made the bid a couple days ago and nobody else bidded on it, and it stayed at whatever you bid on it, and you thought someone was going to pass you, but it didn't happen, and now you're stuck with paying for the shoe. But it is binding, so try to stick to that as much as you can. I know things happen, but I mean, it's kind of really annoying. If it's never happened to you, then you wouldn't understand, but it's happened to me a few times, and it's like very annoying when someone doesn't want to pay for something that they technically said they would pay for. And it cuts out that hassle of having to deal with that. And then number three is talking about the consignment percentage. Most consignment shops do 20%. There's stores like Urban Necessities. SneakerCon ATL just passed, and I consigned my zebras with them, and they actually just sold. Like, I checked it today and it sold. And I can walk you guys through a process of how that went in a different video. But and SneakerCon ATL was last Saturday. It's currently Monday. It was Saturday the 30th, I think. Something like that. I might be wrong about that. I'll fix it. I'll have it fixed right here. But right now it's currently Monday the 2nd of October. And so it's been about 10 days and the shoes have sold, and they're going to send me a check. I think I was talking to C's at SneakerCon, and he said I think they send the check out the following Tuesday, which is kind of clutch because tomorrow is Tuesday, so that means the check will be sent out Tuesday, and hopefully I'll have it by Friday. And I'll make another video and describe how much I consigned them for and how that whole process went down. But and eBay and PayPal, Urban Necessities only charges 10%. Yes, 10%. That is not a lot. Most people do 15. A lot of people do 20. I can make another video about a consignment shop down here in Atlanta that's been open for a little while, like a year and some change, I think. And they charge 20%, but I'll make a video about them later on. We'll go in there. If they got some deals, we'll hopefully cop something. But eBay takes 10% of your purchase. But it's kind of annoying when eBay takes it because they don't take it right away, so you don't think about it for a while, and then out of nowhere they come take their 10%. And if you sold something like very expensive, like you just sold a shoe for $1,000, and then eBay doesn't take their 10% off the top, like right then and there, you're like, oh, okay, whatever, and you forget about it, and they come back a couple weeks later and just hit you for $100. And if you don't have that money, it kind of like side swipes you. It's like, oh dang, I completely forgot about that. That's one thing I don't like about dealing with eBay as far as selling through the actual website. I used to do like a whole bunch of outside PayPal deals, and I know that's kind of risky for a lot of people, but it saves eBay taking out that 10% of your sale. And so like honestly, you just have to take a shot in the dark and be willing to deal with somebody like that. Not everybody is sketchy like that. And if you only do a PayPal invoice, do not gift, do not send them any money, Cash App, Square Cash, none of that. Western Union, please don't send it Western Union. I've gotten scammed like that. But only send, it takes 5 seconds to create an invoice. If they don't want to create an invoice, just leave it alone because it's kind of sketchy. It takes all of 5 seconds. But some people will make you feel, or not feel, they will make you pay the invoice fee, which is like 4%. So that's for extra security, because you can get your money back through PayPal's buyer protection. So don't use Western Union, Square Cash, Cash App, just sending people money for shoes. I always go with create a PayPal invoice. It takes 5 seconds. If they don't want to do it, that's a little sketchy. That's a red flag. And I just move on from that and go elsewhere. So combine eBay and PayPal take 14% off top. So if you sold a shoe for $1,000, then that means you just lost $140 of those dollars just off the top. Just automatically calculate that in when you're selling it. And a lot of people that increase their price to counterbalance that, which could be bad for a buyer, but it sort of make it seem like someone's trying to charge you rate price. But anyway, that's enough on that. We're gonna get to number 4. When you consign through a store, people can't do chargebacks. People can't really ask you for a refund because it's not in your power. They can go to the store. It kind of sucks for the store, I guess, if they want a refund. I don't know how returning consignment items work. They may not have refunds on consignment items because technically it wasn't the store's item. They were selling it for somebody else. But go ahead and be thankful that you don't have to deal with that extra person, because some people are like really anal about like say if you sold a pair of shoes and it had like a nick on it and they didn't notice at the time they were buying, but then they try to take it back to the store, or they try to take it back to you, then you will have to deal with that and have to either partially refund their money or just take the entire shoe back, and it was just a waste of time from the get-go. And stuff like that happens a lot, and it's very annoying. Some people want a shoe, but they want it perfect, but they don't want to pay the perfect price. They want to catch a perfect like dead stock pair of shoes for like as close to retail as possible. We all want that, but in a perfect world, in a reselling world, that's not really a thing, and we need to like get that through our heads, because all this trying to sell for rate prices but then turn around and try and buy something for like a steal is kind of like cliche and like hypocritical and it's like annoying. Like a lot of people were complaining about that at SneakerCon ATL, how people weren't trying to buy, they were trying to lowball, but they wanted to highball whatever they were selling, and that's like annoying to deal with. And then and I'm sorry for this video taking a long time, but I wanted to get out as much information as possible on these subjects so that you know what you're getting yourself into. And number 5, we're gonna go ahead and it reduced the risk of shady business transactions. So flakers, a lot of people do stuff through Craigslist, which I would, if you don't know the person, or odds are you won't know the person, so I won't even say that. It's going to be very risky for you to do a PayPal transaction or a Craigslist transaction, and it just eliminates all of that by going through consignment, because it's a store, and the store most likely has insurance on it. So if something happens to your shoe, you'll probably be able to get reimbursed in some type of way. But if you go through shady, you maybe get robbed, you may get steal. Like, the world is crazy, and really it's just like you never know what can happen. It's October 2nd, 2017 in Las Vegas. We had I can't remember his name. I know his last name was Paddock. That man who murdered 50 people and injured 200 others. Like, this world is crazy. You can't trust everybody. You can't be a loving person to everybody. Like, if you catch some weird vibe from anybody, I just say get out of that situation, remove yourself from that situation. If you're doing a Craigslist transaction and you pull up by yourself and they pull up like 5 deep, and they're gonna probably try to rob you, or just it's just not gonna end well for you. So I advise, if you do something like a Craigslist or PayPal transaction, and you're under 16 or you're very young, or meet at a police station. Meet somewhere where there'll be a mediator to be able to keep things peaceful should anything go wrong. And that's the best advice I can give you. Reasons why you should go through consignment. This is Como Date Your Stone. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this and it just helped you out. And I'll catch you on the next video.